So today we're taking a look at the Casio Pro Trek PRG-340. And honestly, this is a pretty important watch in the Pro Trek lineup. Why? Because it's essentially a modern comeback of one of the most loved and unfortunately discontinued models, the PRG-240. This is the watch I'll be reviewing, and as you can see, I've already unboxed it. This is the packaging it comes in. The packaging is very minimal because Casio wanted to make it using recyclable materials. They've tried to make it as eco-friendly as possible. Inside the box, you get the watch itself along with the user guide and warranty documents. And here is the watch. The PRG-340 comes in at 50mm wide, 54mm lug to lug, 14mm thick, and has a 22mm lug width. If you're just looking at those dimensions, you'd probably think this thing wears like a giant hockey puck on the wrist, but surprisingly, it doesn't. Even on a relatively small wrist, it sits much better than those measurements suggest. It's definitely a large watch, but the design makes it far more wearable than you'd expect. Just like the packaging uses environmentally friendly materials, the watch itself also incorporates a lot of eco-friendly materials, especially the watch strap and the watch case. They're made using recycled environmentally friendly materials, what's called biomass plastics. Essentially, these materials are created using renewable organic resources like castor oil and corn. The goal is to reduce environmental impact and lower the overall ecological footprint of the watch. Another thing that longtime Pro Trek fans will appreciate is the return of the duplex LCD display. This is honestly one of the reasons many people love digital Pro Treks. Unlike an analog outdoor watch where you often need to unscrew a crown and navigate multiple settings, everything here is accessible instantly. You can make adjustments on the fly without taking the watch off your wrist. Along with that, there are the regular buttons used to adjust the settings and numbers. There's a dedicated mode button for switching between modes. There's also an adjust button. On this side, there's a compass button. Here is the barometer button. Here is the altimeter button. And this is the light button, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. Let me press it now so you can see how the backlight turns on. Even with the studio lights on, you can still see the backlight turning on. The light can also turn on automatically. When it's dark and you tilt the watch toward your face, there's a built-in sensor that detects the movement and activates the backlight automatically. Overall, it has a very rugged look. You can see the exposed screws throughout the watch. They're all visible and really add to the design. And over here, you can see the sensor. This is the back of the watch. You can see the serial number here, along with the Pro Trek branding and tough solar. Since this watch includes a compass, you can also rotate the compass bezel so you can properly keep track of north, south, east, and west. Interestingly, there's no ratcheting sound when you rotate it. It has a completely silent twisting motion. However, it doesn't have the satisfying click action or detents that some users might prefer. A more refined bezel mechanism would have made the experience feel even better. So this is the compass. When you press the compass button, this screen appears. This is the compass display. This is the barometer. Here you'll see your current atmospheric pressure reading, temperature, and a graphical pressure trend display. One particularly useful feature is the barometric pressure alarm. If there's a sudden change in pressure, the watch can alert you, potentially warning you about changing weather conditions before they arrive. And this is the altimeter. Then we have the altimeter. Whether you prefer feet or meters, you can easily switch between measurement units. And one thing I really like is that even while using these functions, you can still see the current time on the display. It's a small detail, but it makes daily use much more convenient. Now let me show you the rest of the modes. This is, of course, the regular time display. It's Sunday the 28th, and you can see the current time along with the seconds. Here you can see the sunrise and sunset information. Right here it shows the sunrise and sunset times. This mode is the record function. It shows minimum and maximum values. This is the stopwatch. To stop it and then reset it, you use the compass button. The altimeter and compass buttons change their functionality depending on which mode you're currently using. For example, while you're in stopwatch mode, those buttons no longer control the compass or altimeter. Right now, if I press the altimeter button, it starts the stopwatch. If I press the altimeter button again, it pauses the stopwatch. And if I press the compass button, it resets the stopwatch. The same idea applies to the other modes as well. For example, here's the timer mode. Right now it's set to 10 minutes. If I want to change it, I just press and hold the adjust button. Once I hold it, the settings become editable. After that, use the compass and altimeter buttons to change the values. Press the mode button to move to the next digit, then press the adjust button again to lock the settings. All right, now the alarm is turned on for 11:55. This mode lets you view the time in different countries. You can simply adjust it and switch between different cities around the world. Right now, it's showing New York, but you can also choose many other cities. For example, China, Mexico, Denmark. There are lots of different countries and cities available. You can switch to whichever you want. I'll switch it back to New York. Then press the adjust button again to lock it, and this brings us back to the regular local time display. Now, this feature right here, DSC, stands for descent, and ASC stands for ascent. These terms are part of the watch's altimeter mode, which tracks your elevation changes during hikes or climbs. Of course, there's a dedicated light button that we said, and the automatic LED illumination works exactly as you'd expect. Simply tilt your wrist in low light conditions and the display lights up automatically. The biggest con is definitely the size. While it wears surprisingly well, there's no denying that this is a large watch. Some people may find it a bit too big for everyday wear. As for the positives, there are quite a few. This watch carries forward the legacy of one of the most respected Pro Trek models ever made. The interface is extremely intuitive. The controls are user-friendly, and despite its large dimensions, it's remarkably lightweight. Overall, I think Casio absolutely nailed this one, while introducing environmentally conscious materials and modern refinements. The layout is excellent, the build quality feels solid, and the feature set is exactly what outdoor enthusiasts expect from a Pro Trek. If you're looking for a capable adventure watch packed with useful sensors and real-world functionality, the PRG-340 is definitely worth considering. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.